Welcome everyone. Today's class has an option for a blindfold. I will be blindfolded with you, so we'll just see how this class goes. I think it'll be a lot of fun, challenging, but that is exactly why you came here. So let's get started. Bring your knees out wide, big toes to touch, send your hips back, fold forward, close your eyes, come to your body and just notice how it feels. The last part of class, the last half of class, we're gonna go back and forth between yin and yang postures, and that means that your body's gonna kind of go on a roller coaster ride up and down, and see if even when things get hard, whether it's physically or mentally, you can just come back to your point of focus. Now we talk about it a lot in yin, but it doesn't mean you can't use it in some of those more fiery yang postures. It'll be just as effective. Let's start to cultivate your breath. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Loud sigh out your mouth. Inhale again. Exhale, sigh it out. One more inhale. And exhale. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Keep your breath in and out through your nose for the rest of class. Now, if you choose to practice with a blindfold or with your eyes closed, know that you might not go as fast as your normal practice, and that's totally okay, because today I really want you to focus on your transitions from posture to posture. Know that we tend to focus on postures a lot, but those in-between places are just as important. On your next inhale, come to your hands and your knees, tabletop position. And without your sight, see if you can feel your wrists stack over your shoulders, knees over your hips. Then inhale, drop your belly, turn your chin up towards the ceiling. Exhale, round your spine, chin in towards your chest. Engage your belly button here. Inhale, reverse, belly down, chin up. Exhale, tuck and round. Just start to take these cat-cows at your own pace, really adding in whatever movement your body needs. Then start to finish this up. Come back to a neutral spine. And then when you're ready, exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Now take a few breaths, maybe pedal your feet out, shake your head yes or no. Just notice how even this posture with your eyes closed is different. It feels different.
Now that you actually don't need your sight at all to do yoga, you're quite capable of doing it without any sight. It does, however, help balance a little more, so take these postures slowly as we start to build them. For now, on an inhale, lift your right leg up. You can bend your knee, maybe circle your ankle, add some movement into this hip. Then drop your right foot. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Again, bend your knee, circle your ankle. Just warming up those hips. Drop your left foot. And on an inhale, slowly walk your feet all the way up to your hands. When you get there, inhale, lengthen up halfway, look forward. Hands to your shins, your thighs. Really focus on rolling your shoulders back. Exhale, fold forward. Bring a slight bend to your knees for this first one, and on an inhale, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Head and shoulders are the last to come up. Once you get there, bring your hands out around and up overhead. See if on your next inhale, you can lengthen up, get a little taller, then grab onto your left wrist and exhale, side bend off to the right. Play around with the orientation of where you're pointing your chin, up or down, might change the sensation. Then inhale, come back through center, switch your grip, grab onto your right wrist. Exhale, side bend off to the left. Again, play around, small movements, small tweaks, till you find that posture that's best for you. Inhale, bring both hands up overhead. Exhale, cactus your elbows, slight bend to your knees. Turn your chin up towards the ceiling. This is just a little mini back bend. Inhale, straighten everything. Exhale, fold forward, leading with your chest. Inhale, lengthen up halfway, look forward. Then exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back, plank pose, and lower all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes. Inhale, press into your palms. Lift your chest up for cobra. Exhale back down to your belly. Inhale to your hands and knees. Exhale, toes. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. That's your whole flow. Let's go through it a few more times so that you can get those postures down, and then you're off the flow on your own. On an inhale, step to the top of your mat. When you get there, lengthen up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way to stand. Bring your hands out around and up overhead. Then grab onto your left wrist. Exhale, side bend off to the right. Inhale, center, switch your grip. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, cactus your elbows, turn your chin up, mini back bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen up halfway, look forward. Then exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back, plank pose. Lower down slowly with control, feeling your elbows hug your ribcage. Then inhale, press into your palms, lift your chest up. Exhale back down to your belly. Inhale to your hands and knees. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Let's do this one more time. On an inhale, step to the top of your mat. When you get there, lengthen up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way to stand, hands up overhead. Grab onto one wrist, then exhale, side bend off. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend to the opposite side. Inhale, center. Exhale, cactus your elbows, turn your chin up. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen up. Then exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back, plank pose. You know what's happening onto your vinyasa, whatever feels good for you. As this next tune starts to come in, really focus on those transitions. If you wobble without your sight, totally okay, but find a place that's a little challenging that you can also warm up with.
Can't stop or won't stop. Feet in the fever, oh why do I feel alive? There's gold on our faces, but under the surface, oh why do we feel alive? Real love don't come easy. If we're honest with ourselves, no deceiving. Be real, it's so hard, it's like torture. Perfect's the culture, yeah. Let's straight start a revolution. We'll change, treat each other like humans. No race, color, sector, crown can divide us now. Don't you see? You're not very different from me. Can't stop or won't stop. Feet in the fever, oh why do I feel alive? There's gold on our faces, but under the surface, oh why do we feel alive? Just a believer, caught in the fever. Just a believer, sick with the fever. Can't stop and won't stop. Feet in the fever, oh why do we feel alive? There's gold on our faces, but under the surface, oh why do we feel alive?
Start to finish up your flow. Always do that on your own time. There's never any rush to meet up with me. This is 100% your practice. You can choose your meeting place, down dog, plank pose, or child's pose. Once you're there, come back to your breath, in and out through your nose. Just notice, if you chose to do that without your sight, how it feels different. You've done that flow before in another class, quite likely. But this one, same postures, but felt a little different. Don't attach any negative or positive connotations to it. Merely just note it and then move on. So with that, let's build your final free flow. If you're not in downward dog, flow your way there. And then inhale, lift your right leg up into the air. Exhale, step it in between your hands. Slow your back heels down. Then very slowly, if you don't have your sight, inhale, come all the way to stand. Big circle motion with your left arm, all the way back to your back leg. Right arm up, right leg straight. Turn your chin up towards the ceiling if that feels good on your neck.
Remember, this is a side bend or a back bend, depending on the orientation of your chest. Then exhale, bend your front knee deeply. Cartwheel your hands to frame your front foot. Just feel around for what that might be. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let your back heel swivel off the floor and twist your right arm behind you and up. Revolve side angle, turn your chin up towards the ceiling here. And inhale, finish the circle, bring your right hand forward and down, and swivel your back heel down. Then again, come up to stand, bring your arms to a strong T, palms facing down towards the ground. Roll your shoulders back, make sure your front leg is straight. Turn your chin towards the front of your mat. B pose. This is a variation because everything is straight. Then exhale, bend your front knee deeply. Cartwheel both hands to the inside of your right foot. You're likely going to bring your left hand wide off your mat. Then let your back heel again come off the ground. Bend your elbows. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. One more. These are dragon push-ups. When you get to the top on the inhale, swivel your back heel down. Then start to walk along the long edge of your mat until you can bend your left knee, straighten your right, half squat. Now, if you chose to do this without your sight, this posture can be a little more challenging if you want to float any of your arms. You take it out whatever feels best for you. You can keep them down on the ground. You can bring your palms to touch in front of you. You could try floating your arms. Then on an exhale, change sides. Bend your right knee, straighten your left. Again, half squat on this side. Then inhale, crawl to the back of your mat, low lunge over your left leg. Step your left leg back, plank pose. Exhale, lower down halfway, look forward. Inhale, roll over your toes, straighten your arms, lift your chest up. Exhale, roll back over your toes, hips up, downward facing duck. Now let's do all of that on your left side. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, step it in between your hands. Again, feel for the stack of your knee over your ankle. Swivel your back heel down and slowly take this transition all the way up to stand. Big circle motion with your right arm till it comes back to your back leg. Left arm up, left leg straight, inverted triangle. Exhale, bend your front knee deeply. Cartwheel your hands to frame your left foot. Let your back heel swivel off the ground. Twist your left arm behind you and up. Revolve side angle on this side. Turn your chin up towards the ceiling. Then inhale, finish the circle. Bring your left hand forward and down. And swivel your back heel down. Slowly come all the way to stand. Arms to a T. Turn your chin to the back of your mat this time. Front leg straight. In fact, everything straight for B pose. Exhale, bend your front knee. Cartwheel your hands to the inside of your left foot. Right hand wide off your mat. Swivel your back heel off the mat. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. We have 3 of these in your flow, but you can always make up your own number. The next time you're at the top of a push-up, swivel your back heel down. Walk along the long edge of your mat. Bend your right knee deeply, half squat. Same concept goes for this. There's 2 in the flow, but it's probably not your number. Make sure to find your own. Then exhale, change sides. Then from here, inhale, crawl to the front of your mat, low lunge over your right leg. Feel around for your mat, find those edges if you ever find yourself a little bit off center. Step your right foot back, exhale, lower down halfway. Inhale, straighten your arms, lift your chest up. Exhale, roll back of your toes, hips up, downward facing dog. Now let's move through this a little smoothly, maybe a little faster, but remember, without your sight, there's no need to speed things up. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step it in between your hands, swivel your back heel down, come all the way to stand, everything straight for inverted triangle. Then exhale, bend your front knee, cartwheel your hands to frame your right foot, twist your right arm behind you and up. Finish the circle, bringing your right hand down, then come all the way to stand on an inhale, everything straight, B pose. Exhale, bend your front knee, hands down to the inside, take a few dragon push-ups. When you're ready, swivel that back heel down, bend your left knee, half squat. Then exhale, switch sides. Again, you can start your own number if that feels best for you right now. But your final free flow track is about to come in. Really take this at your own pace and remember, pay attention to those transitions. I've got a lot of things planned for you on the other side of this, but really focus in on getting a little bit of sweat going for this last one.
To make a masterpiece, the Picasso with the brush inspired, taking beauty to the masses empowered. Let the whole world sing together we are. All day, all night, I'ma be exactly what I want. Hit me when I'm down, I'll make it up. All day, all night, alright. I'ma be exactly what I want, even if they talk and talk and talk. I can be the monster, I could be the beast in. Everyone around me know the joke's on me. Why not see it circling around? If I had known, I wouldn't have let you down. Spending all my time regretting, blaming everyone and stressing for no reason. I'm so tense, maybe I just want attention. Pick myself up from the wishing, dreaming up and thinking someone's gonna find me, send me, give me what I want. All day, all night, I'ma be exactly what I want. Hit me when I'm down, I'll make it up. All day, all night, alright. I'ma be exactly what I want, even if they talk and talk and talk. I wanna get there, but how? Believe in everything online, on my phone comparing lives. A friend give me some advice. Grow some marrow in your bones, stick to skin to take the toll. All day, all night, I'ma be exactly what I want. Hit me when I'm down, I'll make it up. Hey, all day, all night, alright. I'ma be exactly what I want, even if they talk and talk and talk.
Well done.
Start to finish up your flow. When you're ready, feel your way around your mat, finding the edges and the top of your mat. Come to a seat there. Then start to balance on your sit bones. Bring your hands underneath your knees, knees into your chest. Make sure that your chest and your back stay lifted. You can always bring your shins parallel. Then bring your hands to touch in front of you, in front of your chest. Take an inhale here. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. Just start to take these boat twists on your own pace. Come back to boat. Again, focus in on your form here. Chest up, back straight. If your back ever rounds, you've really pushed it too far. Perhaps try bringing your shins parallel to the ground. You can even bring your arms out parallel. But this is what's gonna happen next. That beat will drop and you will go back to those boat twists. I'll give you some time to listen in for that drop.
That destruction is just what I love. That dirty picture was my veins, baby. I was real
Come back to boat. Again, focus in on your form. If you're getting tired, really make sure that back is straight, totally okay. You have one more drop. And I want you to really think about this next flow. See if you can make your twist a little faster, a little more fierce than any of your ones you've done yet.
That destruction is just what I love. That dirty picture was my veins, baby. I was real fucked. That dirty picture was my veins.
Well done. Come to a seat. Cross your ankles. Rock forward. Come to your hands and your knees. Then bring your hips back. Fold forward. Come to your breath. We will not be here long, so make sure those inhales and exhales are effective. And on an inhale, come to stand on your knees. Really, without your sight here, feel your foundation. Knees stacked directly over your hips. Then tuck your toes behind you. Inhale, lift your arms up overhead. Exhale, take your right hand either to your right hip, perhaps back to your right heel. Push your hips forward. Let your head get back if it feels good on your neck. Come to your breath. If your heel is very accessible, you can always untuck your toes. Just brings the ground farther away. But your focus here is that your breath is smooth and fluid, and that you're pushing your hips forward, and that your hips don't go back towards your heels. Inhale, bring both hands up overhead. Exhale, set your hips back. Fold forward, child's pose, but only for a few breaths. We just did a half camel on your right side. We must do it on your left. So on an inhale, come back to stand on your knees. Get your foundation down.
This is the crucial part of this posture. Tuck your toes. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, left hand either to your hip, back towards your heel. Push your hips forward. Lift your chest up. If it feels good, dip your head back. And then pay attention to your breath. Make sure it's smooth and fluid, in and out through your nose. Whatever gets constricted, back off. Inhale, bring both hands up overhead. Exhale, set your hips back, fold forward, child's pose again. Now that you're warm, we will do full camel. Inhale, come all the way to stand. Again, get that foundation down. Then inhale, both hands up overhead. Exhale, you can bring your hands to the small of your back like you're putting your hands in jean pockets. You can also reach back for your heels. Remember, the important thing here, push your hips forward, come to your breath, in and out, through your nose. Really focus in on those breaths, smooth and fluid.
We won't give you time to get ready in this land. Well, I won't give you time to get ready in this land. Come to your house and it won't stay long. You're looking at me, somebody belong. Just don't give you time to get ready in this land. Death don't have no mercy in this land.
Inhale, come all the way up, hands up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Walk your knees in to touch. This will feel good on your lower back. Just stretch it out. And inhale, come to your hands and your knees. Cross your ankles. Sit your hips back. Then bring the soles of your feet to touch. Let your knees drop out wide. You have an option here. You can bring your heels close to your hips for more of a hip stretch. You can bring your feet out about 1.5 feet or 2 feet in front of you for more of a lower back stretch. You choose the one that feels best for you. Then inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, fold forward. This is your first yin pose. You're going from yang, those abs and back bend, to here. And the point is, stay as still as possible. Tuck your chin in towards your chest. Slow your breath down. Try and relax all of your muscles.
Take it out, push it out like it's smoke. Nothing's left in your chest, no control. That's the point of pain, that's the lowest low. You know that's when you should let it go. Makes you feel broken, standing on the edge and you're losing hope. Slipping out of your hands, staring at a last chance down below. Makes you feel broken, standing on the edge and you're losing hope. Slipping out of your hands, staring at a last chance down below. Something else.
vertebrae at a time. Here, start to transition, even the way you think. Start to fire up that body, cross your ankles, plant your hands in front of you, come to your hands and your knees, then tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Start to build that fire, maybe even speed your breath up. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step it in between your hands. Swivel your back heel down. Come all the way to stand. Arms to a T. You can keep your front leg straight just for a second. This is your little break. Then exhale, bend your front knee. Bring your right forearm to your right thigh. Extend your left arm overhead at a 45-degree angle. Point your left palm down towards the ground. Try and turn your chest up towards the ceiling. This is your first option. You can stay here, extended side angle. If you want to make it a little more challenging, you can float your right arm so it's parallel to your left. Just hold it there. Both are hard. Neither needs your eyes. So you find that place where you want to hang out, where you want to push your boundaries.
Say I'm alright, cause I'm lost in the light. I keep praying and begging for more. Subconsciously my mind is living it out. Am I selfish human thinking out loud? Is there a hopeful future waiting around? Am I a hopeless creature? I'm not ready for this life. I'm stuck here petrified.
Well done. Come all the way to stand. Arms back to a T. Then bring your palms to touch in front of your chest. Bring your back heel off the ground. Start to lean forward just until you can pick your left foot up off the ground. Now, without your sight, this posture will be much more challenging. It's okay if you wobble or fall out of it. You're not very far from the ground, so this is a perfect time to challenge your balance. Really focus in on your breath. Focus on all those muscles you need to engage to make this possible. Great job. Bring your hands down to the mat. Step your left foot back so you come to a low lunge over your right leg. Then start to heel toe your right foot off to the left. So you can bring your shin and your knee down on the ground. Perhaps scoot your back knee back an inch or so. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, fold forward. Right back to yin. Really change your mindset to relaxation, to slowing down, to not moving or fidgeting around, and focus on your breath, the beat, or the lyrics.
Confusion is my name. I can't lie to you. Everything has changed. Hey love, can you feel me now? Hey love, with your rays. Show me the meaning of this pain. You try to be more mindful, and I can't take anymore. I'm so lost here. Confusion is my name. I can't lie to you. Something that should change. Hey love, hey love, hey love, can you feel me now? Hey love, hey love, hey love, can you feel me? Hear me out, please listen to my broken sound. Where are you now to pick me up when I feel down? Turn around, you see me when I feel it down. Struggling to pick myself up off the ground. Hey love, hey love, hey love, can you feel me now? Hey love, oh, hey love, hey love, hey love, can you feel me now? Hey love, hey love.
Inhale, come up, place your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your back toe, lift your hips up. You can shake your right leg out if that feels good, and then as you're doing that, transition your mindset back to fire, back to yang. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, step it in between your hands. Swivel your back heels down. Come all the way to stand. Arms to a T. Straighten that front leg. And exhale, bend your left knee, left forearm to your left thigh. Then extend your right arm at a 45-degree angle, right palm down towards the mat. You can turn your chin up towards the ceiling. Then if you'd like to try to push those boundaries a little more, float your left arm so it's parallel to your right. Engage your core here. And again, find that place of challenge. And once you're there, breathe through it. You can use that single point of focus even in these hard postures.
I was born bold. Moving these mountains that are in my view. No room for doubting that I'll see it through. I'm on the road like a renegade. And I'll be the storm and I'll ride the wave. Yeah.
And inhale, come all the way to stand. Bring your palms to touch in front of your chest. Let your back heel come off the ground. And again, really pay attention to these transitions between postures. Take it slow. Start to bend forward until you can lift your right foot off the ground. It might be easier to touch your hands to the ground and then start to bring one up towards your chest. And when you feel solid, bring the other one up. Play around with it. This part is supposed to be hard. It's supposed to bring you to your edge. It's supposed to make things challenging. And that's the important part. What happens in your head when things get challenging? What positive talk can you keep yourself coming back and trying over and over again?
Wide open road. Now I'm bringing it home. Now I'm bringing it home. I was born free, and I'm taking the rain. The world gets cold. I can be bottom soul to see. I was born bold.
Bring your hands down to frame your left foot. Step your right foot back. Then start to heel toe your left foot off to the right. Bringing your shin and your knee down to the ground. Set up your foundation here, that place between ease and challenge where you can breathe through it, but it is not painful. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, fold forward. Again, find some place to rest your head. Let your neck relax so the rest of your body can relax even deeper. And change your mindset, all about relaxation.
And she is the girl with the sun in her hair. She walks the world without a care. I wanna know how it feels to be there beside the girl with the sun in her hair. I wanna taste of the good life. I wanna know how it feels to arrive. I wanna hold it forever. I wanna taste of the good life. Good I dream of being the face on your page, so you don't become the one who got away. Believe me, don't leave me. I want a taste of the good life. I wanna know how it feels to rise. I wanna hold it forever. I wanna taste of the light. Life was only just a battle, love was war, and every day I woke up.
Inhale, slowly roll up. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. Then rock onto your left hip so that you can bring both of your legs forward. Bring your thighs to touch, your big toes to touch. Then inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. You can always bring a slight bend to your knees in this position if it feels better. Let your arms hang heavy to either side. Resist the urge to pull yourself down. Chin in towards your chest. This will be your last and final hold to see if you can really get as deep into relaxation and letting go of that muscle tension as possible.
I found you was a moment I uncovered a heart full of love. pain, but it got me smiling, riding home. Funny how pain couldn't hurt me now for too long. The lonely place I know can hold me down, 'cause I know that I had a heart full of love. I'm not afraid to admit it, full of love. And you're the one I wanna give it to. I had to crash and lose it all to come back to a heart full of love, full of love, full of love, full of love, a heart full of love, full of love, full of love, full of love.
Inhale, slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Then roll all the way down on your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Bring your arms out to a T, palms down. Bring your knees about 90 degrees and take a deep inhale here. Exhale, drop your knees off to the right. Set them down on the ground. If it feels good, turn your chin off towards the left. Really slow your breath down. Relax into this stretch. Inhale, bring your knees back through center, and when you exhale, drop them off to the left. Perhaps turn your chin off to the right. Get straight into stillness. inhale, bring your knees back through center. Wrap your forearms around your shin. Hug your knees in one last time. Then exhale, come to your final place of rest. Whether that's on your back, the fetal position, your belly, or any place in between. Let your breath go. Just let it rise and fall naturally. Start to come back to your body. Perhaps add some movement by taking deeper breaths, letting your head sway side to side, wiggling fingers or toes. Then inhale, extend your arms long overhead. Get a good morning stretch from fingers to toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Let the soles of your feet touch. Knees drop out wide. Left hand to your heart. Right hand to your belly. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Hold it at the top. Loud exhale out. Again, inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale.
Thanks for joining for another Maven Flow. If you did this with your eyes closed or blindfolded, round of applause. It makes everything way different in a good way. Until next time, I'll flow with you soon.